Hey friends, okay, so it is almost Christmas. I'm so excited. Christmas is almost here and I am just beyond excited. The thought of baby Jesus, the coming of Jesus, it's so beautiful. And so I was reflecting on what are some ways that, since the world is so crazy about, just everything materialistic right now and just things, stuff, music, loud, it's like the opposite really of like what we as Christians are trying to be. We're trying to be silent and waiting for that coming of Jesus. It's just supposed to be peaceful, actually I and a waiting period, a preparation period. And so I think that the materialism can get ahead of us, right? And so I came up with some ideas on how we can have a Christ-centered Christmas, and I hope that you enjoy this list. Please write down below like what are things that you and your family do to help you to remember what Christmas is actually about. It's not about the gifts, it's not about the food, it's not about all these luxuries that we have. It's really about the coming of Jesus, being small and little, the way that God was. I mean, he came to us in a stable, the most humble little way to come to us, like so humble, and that's how we are supposed to be too. So anyway, so I have these ideas. The first one obviously is to go to mass, go to church, go to your church service, and be a community with all these other people loving God. When we pray together, like, it is so powerful and so beautiful to God. And so we need to pray in a community. That's why in the Catholic faith, every single Sunday, we pray as a community. It's actually a mortal sin to not go to mass on the weekend, whether it's Saturday night or Sunday during the morning or day. So please bring your families. I know it is a chore to bring your family. If you've got little ones, I have 5 little ones, 11 and under, but the graces that you will get, and it makes God so happy. And I think we need to remember it's not about us. Like, the Mass is about worshiping God, and teaching our children at an early age to do that is so important, because the world wants to make it about them and entertaining them and what makes them feel good. But this is about worshiping God, giving thanks to God for everything. And we all have so much. So that is by far the most important thing. What we do in our family is we actually make a birthday cake, because I want it to be very intentional that this is actually Jesus's birthday. I think that it is really important for the kids to remember that this is Jesus' birthday. So what we'll do is we'll make a birthday cake for Jesus, and we'll write on it, "Happy birthday, Jesus." And the kids will see, oh, this is Jesus's birthday, and so they help me usually make the cake. And then Christmas morning, we always put Jesus in the manger. So he's always kind of hidden. I have this little stable and I just kind of hide him away. So Christmas morning, we'll take Jesus out and we'll put him in there, and we will sing happy birthday to Jesus. So I really want to emphasize to the children that this is Jesus's birthday. That's why we're celebrating. So the other thing is to read the story of Jesus in the Gospels. St. Luke is my favorite. So that's the one that we do, but just to kind of quiet the night before. I know some people do the night before Christmas, they read with their family, a traditional book that, a lot of families do. But I think it'd be cool to switch it to St. Luke and just remember why we're celebrating this beautiful feast day. So something else you could do if you have a lot of children is you could act out the Nativity, or maybe you're all meeting at grandma's house, Christmas Eve. We did that when I was really little. My grandma had all the outfits, so everybody had their little outfit. I think I was the angel, and I thought I was so cool. And my sister got to be Mary, which I wish I would have, but my sister Sheena got to be Mary. Every cousin had something, so they were a shepherd. There was a Joseph. There was, so we got to act it out, and that was so cool for me to like visually see children are so visual. So to visually see what it was like, and I think there was a script that my grandma had, or maybe we read like St. Luke. I'm pretty sure there was a script though, where there was a narrator. I'm sure you could Google it and look up like, you know, nativity narration or something like that, but I think that would be so cool. She just saved the little outfits every year and we all got to wear them, and it was really a neat experience, but just so hands-on for the kids. And as a parent, so adorable. Can I say, like, how cute is that? So that's a really cute idea, is to the night before act out the nativity scene. So another thing that I've heard families do is they turn their Advent tree. So they have a tree and they have the lights up all during Advent, and then on Christmas Eve, they'll put up the ornaments, they'll put the star at the top or the angel at the top. So you can kind of switch over and be like, okay, this is a visual sign that Advent is over and now we're gonna be Christmas. So that's another kind of thing that you're focusing on, like one season to the next, and it's Christ-centered. Something else to be less materialistic is just to have, my neighbor did this. She was Southern Baptist, and back when I lived in North Carolina, she was awesome. And her husband was a pastor, so she was the pastor's wife. Anyway, they did the 3 gifts for the 3 wise men. So her children only got 3 gifts, which made it really simple for her. And they knew that they were only getting 3 gifts. And so that way it's just like a lot less materialism, you know, materialistic. I've heard some people say they gave a book, a toy, and, you know, pajamas, or, you know, they have like every year, like, okay, this, and this. And so I really like that idea, and we have done that. Like, we just have lessened it. And I would say Christmas is way better that way, because I feel like kids get really overwhelmed when there's a lot of stuff, you know. And I don't know, I am a big believer in like less is more, and it's kind of the opposite of what our world is saying to us, you know, that more is better, more. But really, you think about Jesus in that little stable, and he had nothing, you know, he laid in a manger. So anyway, so just having less gifts, I think, is kind of a good way to be more Christ-centered. I don't think there's anything wrong with gifts. I think gifts are great, but you don't want it to drown out the actual Jesus part. So another thing is like having Christmas music. If you have a piano and people play the piano, singing Christmas carols where it's like Christ-centered Christmas music, I think that is so awesome. We are not super musical people, so we just have our phone that we play music off of. But I think having Christ-centered, beautiful Christmas music on that day is just, and the day before, are just so beautiful and fun. That's usually when I start prepping for Christmas, like morning and meals and all of that too. And the last thing is to remember, this is a feast day. Like, this is one of the biggest feast days in the year. This and Easter by far are the biggest feast days. And so feast, like, that is the awesome part about being Catholic, is we are all about feasting, celebrating, enjoying the seasons, these different seasons, remembering why Jesus came, you know. So don't forget to feast and to just enjoy that day, and just to remember, you know how you just make people feel special on their birthday? Make sure you remember to make Jesus feel super special that day, because I feel like a lot of people leave him out on that day. So let's go overboard on loving Jesus that day, right? Maybe do an extra Divine Mercy chaplet, or, you know, whatever it is. Our prayer should be very abundant that day in giving thanks to God for everything. So anyway, those are my ideas for a Christ-centered Christmas. I hope that you all have an amazing Christmas, and that it's just so beautiful and peaceful and joyful and all of the things that it was meant to be. So until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.